how can I estimate PPC costs using Amazon's advertising tools? When it comes down to estimating PPC costs, it's really important for you to understand how would you budget for product when it comes down to advertising, right? And when I am thinking about advertising, is really important first off, not only how much can you afford to pay, but the platform itself for the category that you sell in and the products that you're selling, how much does it actually requires? Because you might be saying, yeah, I have $1,000 to invest in Amazon ads. And don't get me wrong, I also started there where it was like, okay, $3,000 per month, that is more than my monthly rent. So I feel you. What I mean is that it might be that you have $1,000 budget, and what you're going to end up with, you're going to invest that $1,000 in ads, and you might see that actually the category that you're within is way more expensive than you can afford it. Simply the cost per click is going to be one click itself can run $5, $20, $50 even, especially if you're in niches like supplements and beauty and even pet products where the cost per click is very expensive. Now, I would advise you, because you were asking how to estimate your PPC cost using an advertising tool. The first thing it would be to first off understand your product. How would you describe best your product? And once that you've described it best with a keyword that is between 2 and 5 words, let's say, go into incognito and see which are the words that are going to pop up once that you've gone into incognito and looked up on Amazon.com, if you're selling on Amazon.com or any other Amazon marketplace that you'd be selling on, which are the products that are going to pop up. Really important for you, those products must match exactly your product, and usually those products are going to contain the keywords that you should be using to describe your product. And why am I saying this and why am I walking you through this process is because most of the time, whenever we are facing brand new business owners who are just advertising on Amazon and they want to see, okay, how much would they cost, how much would they pay for Amazon ads, where it's misalignment in understanding is that they consider that the $500, the $1,000, or even $2,000 should be enough for us to generate something. What can happen is that, first off, they don't even know how to describe their product. And then second, they might be thinking to target these very broad keywords that, let's say if you're selling wallets, men wallets, and that is your main keyword, that you have the one keyword, then you might be thinking that, okay, that is the only broad keyword that can define your product, when in fact could be longer tail keywords which might cost us, which might be more affordable, might be cheaper. And those are also the ones that we could be targeting, that people who are looking for that are going to find your wallet. So that's really important whenever you're considering first off how to calculate ads, because then you're going to decide, okay, then based on this, I might have a list of 5 to maximum 10 keywords. I would say even 5 keywords. And then you would advertise for those 5 keywords. And then you would see realistically what is your cost per click. Because once that you know your cost per click, then you will also see conversion. How quickly am I converting for those keywords? Conversion can be between, so whoever is clicking within your ads are just not converting to as high as possible as 30, 40%, 50% even, depending on the keywords that you're targeting. If they're branded keywords, it can be even higher. But that's the process that I would go through. First off, understanding my product is buying products similar to mine that I can find their keywords, how to compare myself, and then finding those keywords and then testing them and then seeing how much do those keywords cost us. And then you will have an approximate of on a daily basis. So realistically, if I want to run for these 5 keywords ads, it would take me, let's say, $100 per day. And then if we have a month of 30 days, then theoretically it would cost you $3,000 to advertise for those 5 keywords. But those 5 keywords would be just the starting point. So that's the way how I would work through. Usually I would give you the go on Amazon, do this and so on. What I noticed is that while that is actually the correct approach, still most brands that we are consulting and they are just coming to us, like they don't even figure that step out.